Actually, Rico, that's not a dumb answer. Because if anybody come through an apprenticeship, that math is tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And then you got the in class and then out in the field. You got to endure out in the field, make it out in the field as well. So that's actually a different answer, but a great answer, bro. Question number 3, bridging the gap. What is your role on the e-board?
So the executive board handles, like anytime the local union spends money, the executive board approves that. We're also responsible for folks coming into membership. So we either interview, not through apprenticeship, apprentices come in differently, but folks that have dropped from membership and are coming back, we interview them. Folks that have been tested on the examining board and are coming in that way, we interview them. And so it's those things, but also it's a lot of sort of driving the direction of local, especially when it comes to a lot of the advertising we've been doing lately. So the executive board has to recommend to approve that money. Obviously, the membership approves it on their own afterwards. But that's something that I really like about the executive board. Hearing opportunities that we have to sponsor something or to do commercials somewhere, and seeing like, hey, where do we get the most bang for our buck, and then being able to approve that, and then seeing it, you know what I mean, like seeing it like, damn, we approved that. That's so cool that that's part of what we do on the executive board.
I think that's dope. I didn't know that, and that is dope to hold.
We're also the executive board makes up the trial board. Okay. I have not experienced that in my time on the executive board.
Gotcha.
So I know what the Constitution and the bylaws say we're supposed to do, but if someone gets brought up on charges, the executive board oversees that. I can't tell you from experience what that's like because I haven't been a part of it. And then the last thing is, Local 24 also has a building corporation. Are y'all familiar with that?
I'm not.
So like we own the building, but we don't really own the building, right? The building corporation owns the building. And when we have building committee meetings, the executive board takes off their executive board hat and puts on their building corporation hat.
Gotcha.
So improvements to the building, that's decided by the executive board as well. But it's not the executive board, it's the building corporation that does it. But it's the same folks.
I got you. Understood. I know exactly what you're saying. And I didn't know that, man. So I appreciate you opening up. So I see that middle answer you gave about the corporate thing with the we own the building, but really the corporate own the building.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So
the
thank
building
you, man.
corporation. Yep.
Question number 4. What do you want to achieve your next term if reelected? Examining board.
Yeah, executive. I really am proud of the work that we've been doing, so I want to continue to do those things. I want to raise market share and membership. That's not really the work of the executive board, although a lot of the things that we do play into that. Something I hope that we can accomplish as a local union in the next term will be to make some improvements to the building. I mean, Jerome does a fantastic job making that hall look good on a budget too. And you guys, if you attend the meetings, you've heard how much was approved to paint the walls, how much was approved to do the ceiling. So you've heard those things, but I do think that we could do a really nice remodel inside the hall, inside some of the tenant spaces downstairs, and then some of the infrastructure that you don't see. I mean, the electrical closets, the air handling units on the roof. Like, I would be that might take over the apprenticeship completion if we could redo some of the infrastructure things at this hall and make sure we keep it around a lot longer.
I got you. I'm sure some members would. I heard members speaking of that, so I'm sure they would be with that.
You know, Devin, I'm always curious about that because, like, I would want to spend some money to do it, and I feel like the hall belongs to all of us, so I would hope members would feel the same way, but I don't always know that, you know, if we come and say, hey, we want $1 million to do something, the member's going to say, pause, that's a lot of money, or they say, no, we really do want to fix this place up. I am curious about it, but it's something I'd like to do. I think something we could maybe accomplish over the next term.
Sounds good, man. Next question. Why do you think someone should vote for you in this next election?
So,
great question.
I'm a hard worker. I love this local union. Everything I have, I owe to the IBW and Local 24. I'm pretty transparent. I've spent time arguing with all 3 of you guys, so I'm honest. Like, if I don't agree with what you're saying, I'll respectfully disagree with you. You know what I mean, and tell you like, hey, I think you're wrong because of this, that, and the other. So I'm not a yes man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna tell people what I think. And I've worked hard for this local, and I would like the opportunity to continue working hard on the executive board.
Absolutely. And just to add to what you said, man, like you said, you argue with all 3 of us, but we're a brotherhood. That's what siblings do, though.
That's
exactly, you know,
right.
Like all of us, if y'all got siblings, anybody over here, like you argue with your brothers since growing. I fought my brother, like fist fighting growing up. So I understand that, man. That's good. Last but not least, last question. Or actually, it's a 2-part. Why do you want to be an e-board member and delegate? I'll just stick with that one first.
Yeah. To me, it's a cool position. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have a seat at the table and sort of at least recommend to the membership some of the decisions on how to spend money, which I appreciate. And to me, it's also a way to give back. I used to teach at the apprenticeship. When you come over in the hall, you can't teach at the apprenticeship anymore. To me, the executive board is a volunteer position. You know what I mean? So it's a way to give back to the local. I volunteer my time and to help be a part of the decision making process. Like that's what I love about it. That's what I appreciate about it.
I will say, man, since like when me and you had those conversations, because remember I was down like in DC's jurisdiction when you came around. You was working for Gil Simpson. I didn't meet you until I started getting involved. And I will say, man, you definitely your has been to the plow since I've met you thoroughly too. So that's good, man. This last question of the two-part question. Do you think we need some new blood at that position? Just within the 5 members.
The executive board?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. I mean, hold on a second. I'm biased, right? Like I want y'all to. I want to get reelected. But the one thing that I would say is when you look at the members of the executive board, or if you look at the officers in general, folks have not really been around a long time. So you look. Corey Shiflin and Mike Ayers are new to the executive board, so no, I wouldn't say we need new blood. I've only been on the executive board for 4 years, which might sound like a long time to folks, but to me, like, you know, it takes a little bit of time before you even understand how the process works and get comfortable. So I think new blood is beneficial, and I would say we do a good job of incorporating new people over time. And if you look at everyone in the positions that they're in, no one has been in that position for probably more than 4 years. There might be some exceptions there. So I don't know, when you say new blood, like I don't know if we need new turnover every 4 years. If someone been around 20 years, then I might say like, yes, we probably could use some new blood, but there has been a significant amount of turnover, people retiring, Porter's on the executive board now, he's vice president, you know what I mean? So there is new blood just by nature of how the process works.
Got you. Now this is a question that I'm gonna ask you. So out of you being an organizer and on the e-board, now I know you enjoy both of them in general because your heart is with the youth. I do know that. But which one out of both of them, which one do you enjoy the most? I know both of them you enjoy, but which one would you say I love this naturally who I am, or whatever the case may be, will you enjoy that one the most?
Yeah, well, so they're so different, right? Like I said, the executive board is a volunteer thing that you do once a month. Maybe a little bit more often, and I love that. I do enjoy the executive board. I do love the executive board and enjoy being on it. Organized is cool, man. Like I don't get to do it as much anymore. And before you guys came in, I was calling people trying to get them to come take these jobs and come take these calls.
Right.
And it's when you get somebody into the local union that was working non-union, you really do feel like you're changing their life. You know what I mean? Like that's what it did for me. And to be able to offer that opportunity to other people is a really, really cool thing. So, I mean, ideally, I would like to do both of them. My skill set probably is really well suited to organizing, and I do love my time on the executive board. So.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's the answer I wanted to hear personally. Yeah, man. So, man, we appreciate you doing this, Rico, man. I hope you get reelected, and hopefully, you keep doing what you're doing for the local. Keep your heart, man. Thank you, bro, for this.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.